Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday night from Lisbon. It's Division A versus Region 1 versus Region 2 boys basketball here tonight on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, where the boroughs of Hillsboro, Central Valley have made their way down here to Ransom County and Lisbon Bronco territory for a date with the Broncos. As the Lisbon Broncos match up here with Hillsboro Central Valley tonight, the Broncos fresh off a 5-point loss in overtime 24 hours ago in Castleton against Central Cass, while the Burros of HCV at 1-6 on the season lost to Fertile Beltrami back on Tuesday 56-47. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back, get to your out-of-town region scores, Region 1, Region 2 standings, and also from there our starting lineups, and we'll hear from the coaches today on the pregame report, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance.
Farmers Union Insurance Agent in Hillsboro.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullis & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club.
As we continue on our pregame show here today from Lisbon, as the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley again at 1-6 on the season, square off with the 7-2 Lisbon Broncos. Taking a look at the series, last year Hillsboro Central Valley won 60-54 in Hillsboro back on January the 18th, nearly a year ago to the date. HCV also won 2 years ago here in Lisbon, 62-44. So since the inception of the three-division system here in high school basketball in North Dakota, Hillsboro Central Valley 2-0 here against the Lisbon Broncos. And for HCV, they get their Region 1 swing on right now as they play Lisbon here tonight. They will host the Grovers of Oak Grove on Thursday, then travel to Hunter for a date with Bryce Laxdal and the Northern Cass Jaguars coming up on Friday before they get back into Region 2 play on January the 26th against Carrington. So a couple more games of non-region basketball here. This is the third of 5 straight. They played Millbank, South Dakota, Dakota, Fertile Beltrami in 3 straight games here against Region 1 competition. While for the Broncos of Lisbon here and head coach Jason Kunze, after today they will host Northern Cass for a doubleheader for girls and boys basketball here on Tuesday night in Lisbon. And from there, the Broncos will also square off with Oak Grove on January the 27th. And then host the Wahpeton Huskies here on January 30th. For Hillsboro, Central Valley led offensively by Bryce Miller, the 6'4 junior, with 16 points per game and 5 rebounds. Then Alexander Duffner also in double digits with 11 points and 7 boards here for HCV. While for the Lisbon Broncos, coming off a really good performance last night, the 6'6 junior forward as Hayden Anger had 26 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double, and the 16 points and 3 threes for the 6'4 senior of Owen Gilbert. We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll get to our coaches' conversation. That is next with Elliot Rothvold due up first, and Jason Kunze here for the Lisbon Broncos. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. Back with our coaches' conversation. That is next.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime, serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond. We are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
At the Hillsboro Body Shop, Ben brings years of experience and friendly service to every repair, big or small. It happens. Vehicles get damaged, unfortunate crashes, scratches, windshields broken. Ben will take care of it with honest professional service that you can rely on. 701-636-4981, Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981. Ben says, thank you for your business. Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities. People often ask me, why are Hillsboro Central Valley athletes so successful? Have you seen our fitness center? The weightlifting doesn't stop with our athletics. At Hillsboro Public School, we strive to do difficult things all the time. We help struggling readers read. Our MTSS process makes sure all students are improving. Hillsboro students are challenged to do difficult tasks each day. Please come and check out our school. And if you need a place to exercise, check out our fitness center.
As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, this is the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros going up against the Lisbon Broncos. Joining us from the Burros perspective is their head coach, that's Elliot Rothvold. And Elliot, you and I were just joking, kind of the Region 1 swing here, obviously with the Lisbon, Oak Grove, and Northern Cass coming up for your next 3 games. A Bronco team that took Central Cass right to the wire here last night. So let's just talk about what you want to see from your team here over the next 3 games before you get back into region play with Carrington at the end of the month.
Well, we're just looking for some consistency. I thought we played really hard against Fertile Beltrami. We were physical, we were tough. They had good size on us. We just couldn't put the ball in the hole, and it was one of those nights where I thought we defended well, and like I said, played hard for 4 quarters, which we probably hadn't done the previous couple games, 2 or 3 games. So it was good to see that, and that's what I try to tell the guys. You got to put it out there for 32 minutes and take the shots you got, and we're just and you're playing tough teams, and you're not coming out on the short end of the stick in close games. It starts wearing on you a little bit. So I think the guys, it's just a matter of getting some confidence and trying to get a W under our belt. And Lisbon's going to be a tough game tonight. They've been playing well here. I know Kindred took it to them a little bit earlier in the week, but Kindred's doing that to a lot of people. So they're playing really well right now. And, they looked really good against Central Cass last night too. So nothing's easy in Class A. Every team can play, and every team's got talent. So you just got to show up and give yourself an opportunity to win at the end of the game.
Let's talk about Alexander Duffner. Obviously, there's going to be some size on the opposite side with a Gilbert and an Anger here. I know he's not just going to be the one guy that's going to guard both of them, obviously, throughout the game. But what's the offense and defense on a matchup with guys who are his ability and his size here tonight on the floor?
Well, with Alexander, a lot of times we'll put him on, whoever they're more of their post guy. 23 is probably one we'll match him up with. We got two. Bryce Miller and Tyson Leshik, they're our two best defenders. They end up doing a lot of things for us, and we usually try to put them. They can guard guards and they can guard bigs. Tyson's about 6'1", but he plays bigger than that, and Bryce at 6'4", he can handle anything out there. So those two probably match up on the two big guys, and then and then with Cordero, we just don't know. I know he turned his ankle a little bit last night, but he's a great player. Just got to try to keep him in front of you as best you can, and try to keep him from getting the ball and keep him from getting going. They're just good all around teams. So for us, it's just going to be a matter of we're hoping that we can pressure them a little bit and create some turnovers, which we've been doing a pretty good job of lately, and get some easy baskets.
Final thing that I'll ask for you here, head coach for the Burros, Elliot Rothfeld, with us here on the pregame show. What's a trait or characteristic at this point of the season that you like from your team that you hope carries with you once you get into February and eventually to that Region 2 tournament?
Well, for us, I think it's all about that grit we got to have on both ends of the court. Trying to play, we kind of went through a stretch there where we weren't playing kind of the style of basketball I want to play, and we want to get after people defensively and try to create some turnovers, and I think we've done a better job of that at times in the last 3 or 4 games. So that's big for us, is to bring that intensity up and just get after guys.
Elliot, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight.
All right, thanks.
And again, Elliot Rothfeld, head coach of the Burros, will continue with more of this from Lisbon.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early, because sometimes it's gone early, because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club. Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance from Lisbon. It is the Lisbon Broncos going up against the Burros of Hillsboro. Central Valley is joining us now is Jason Kunze, head coach here for the Lisbon Broncos. And for your club here, Jason, obviously a quick turnaround from yesterday's game that went overtime in Castleton, but these are games that you want to see from yourself later on the season in terms of playing back-to-back days once you get to a tournament venue. So what's the message to the club after a really hard-fought game yesterday, and you got a team that's a very quality opponent here with the Burros tonight, Jason?
The message tonight is going to be new game, same goals. We got to be better on the defensive rebounds. We didn't do a good job last night. They had way too many second chance opportunities, and I think that was the difference at the end of the game. Got to do a better job of that. This game's going to be a lot more physical, I think, just with the last couple times we played Hillsboro and what I've watched. So they're going to have to tighten it up and come out fighting.
Let's talk about one of your players from last night with Hayden Anger, the 6'6" junior, pretty much a double-double last night in terms of points and rebounds. When he can get going and get that inside-outside presence, just what does that do for your team, both offensively and defensively here?
Yeah, he's had a great season so far. 8 games, he's averaging a double-double every night, and you can count on it. Clutch, everybody's kind of keying on Cam now, so we have to find that second scorer. And he's really stepped up in that spot, and he can score at all 3 levels, so that's big.
You mentioned defense. Obviously, Elliot Raffold, they're very well known for it in terms of being a defensive kind of guy. In terms of their size this year as well that they have, do they remind you of anybody that you're going to see in Region 1 throughout the course of the year here, Jason, or are they kind of a different animal when it comes to the Burros on the floor?
It's kind of like playing against Kindred the other night. A lot of good athletes, good basketball players, hard-nosed, strong big man. So it's kind of just what we've been playing against all year. Valley City too had a couple good guards and strong inside game. So yeah, it'll be a good test for us. You look at their record in 1-6, and you got to respect it because of who they've played and how hard they've played it. They took Kindred right to the end, and battled everybody else in their region so far really tough. So it's definitely not a pushover just because they're 1-6.
As you go through this time of the year here, what's a non-region game at this time? You still got a handful of those left, but a lot more region games coming up here, Jason. But what does a non-region game at this point of the season kind of do for you in terms of a lineup, or do you change anything, or is it trying to let's be sharper, a little bit better than what we were the day before, whether it's a practice or a game?
Yeah, it's kind of just same mentality. Come out, play good defense, stop dribble penetration, rebound the ball well, and get the best possible shot. And tonight's going to be key. I could see probably a low 50s point game and with defense, and we'll see how our kids come out after that hard overtime loss last night and put things together. So,
Jason, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That again, Coach Coonsey with us here from the Lisbon Broncos. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. We're back with more after this in Lisbon.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
As we continue here on the pregame show, latest region standings, Central Cass now in Region 1. They are 3-0 alongside with the Kindred Broncos. Oak Grove, Wahpeton, and Lisbon following them. The Grovers at 3-1, followed by Wahpeton at 2-3, Lisbon 1-2. Northern Cass at 1-3, and Valley City 0-4. In Region 2, Grafton 4-0 in the region, followed by Thompson at 5-1. Devils Lake sits at 3-1 with 4 wins. Minnewacan at 1-0. Hillsboro Central Valley 1-2 with Mayport, CG, and Carrington 0-3. And you have Harvey Wills County at 0-4. Only matchup tonight here with Region 1 and Region 2 teams here this evening. That is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. And we come back, starting lineups and the opening tip. It's the Burros and the Broncos here on your LiveVent.com.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Again, that does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. As we get you ready for our starting lineups, first for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley, as HCV out in their blue attire here with the white numerals and lettering, and Burros across the front. Elliot Rotfold, the head coach, with a mark here on the season at 1-6, averaging 58 points per game defensively, giving up 63 points per contest. Jaron Reed, a 5'10 senior, with Chase Hafley, a 6'1 senior guard. Tyson Lushik, a 6'1 senior. Bryce Miller, the 6'4 junior. And Alexander Duffner here for HCV, the 6'5 senior. Reed, Hafley, Lushik, Miller, and Duffner here tonight for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley. Now to the Broncos. Here for Lisbon, head coach is Jason Kunze, as they'll go like this with a mark of 7-2, averaging 56 points per contest, defensively giving up 47 points per game. They'll go with Cameron Cordero, the 5'9 senior guard. Kobe Mouse, the 5'11 senior as well in the backcourt. Owen Gilbert, the 6'4 senior forward, with Hayden Anger, a 6'6 junior forward, and Sully Kelson, a 6' sophomore forward. For the Broncos, Cordero, Mouse, Gilbert, Anger, and Kelson. Jason Kunze, the head coach here for the Lisbon Broncos. That's our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. That is crystalsugar.com, and that's crystalsugar.com. Chase Miller with you, alongside with Julio Vasquez, helping us out tonight running the camera as we get you ready for this matchup between the Burros and the Broncos. A quick turnaround again for Lisbon, back-to-back games. Well, for Hillsboro Central Valley, played on Tuesday against Fertile Beltrami, and back at it here tonight against the Broncos as we get you ready for this matchup here. Opening tip underway at 7:47 as we get ready for this one, with Duffner in the circle going up against Hayden Anger. Opening tip here won by the Burros, as HCV will see this right the key to Hafley. Back left-handed side to Miller. Miller will handle this one left wing, as it's a man pressure defense here by the Broncos. This one will be a three-pointer. Duffner up off the backboard, no. Rebound here, one and done for HCV with Owen Gilbert. Gilbert will see this up the near side to Kobe Mouse. Mouse here right at the key, leaves it to Cordero, as the Burros will also man with a man pressure defense. Sully Kelson will handle this one, able to spin, step through, leaves it to the baseline. Mouse will handle it here, as this one will go to Gilbert. Gilbert gives it back up top to Cordero, who's guarded by Reed. Cordero with the ankle cross, 12 seconds on the shot clock to Kelson. Kelson going to drive, muscle his way up off the window, no. Rebound tip by Kelson, and this one will go out of bounds, and it'll go to Hillsboro Central Valley. One thing Elliot Rotfold talked about with us in the pregame was trying to create turnovers and get after it with a little grit on both sides of the ball on our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame conversation. Ball comes near sideline. That'll go to Reed. Reed back up top to Duffner here. Duffner handles it to the right wing as they find it with Lushik. Lushik on the pass. Interior to Miller. No relation. Miller able to see this, and a hand foul by Owen Gilbert. Got the ball, but got the wrist first. His first and the team's first, with free throws upcoming here for Bryce. Bryce Miller averaging 16 points to lead the floor for the Burros, and has 5 rebounds per contest here for HCV, as it's the 8th game of the season for the Burros as they come up short on their first free throw attempt. Talking with Jason Kunze, saying the Burros a lot better than what their record stands right now. They played really good competition from across the state. Also diving into South Dakota and Minnesota early on the season. Opening point on the Bank North scoreboard goes to the Burros here. Going 1 of 2 from the line is Miller, as the Lisbon Broncos will handle this one up the floor to Hayden Anger. Near sideline, that'll go to Kobe Mouse. Mouse going to get double teamed. Step right-handed side to Kelson. Kelson right wing, able to hand this one off to Cordero. Cordero taking a couple of dribbles here at the free throw line. Cordero crossing over. Double team comes down to Kobe. Kobe will see this one with it at the free throw line. Right-handed side now to Anger. Anger able to spin on the interior. Finds it to Mouse with 6. Mouse looking for a teammate. Nice pass. Kelson. Patient offense results in the first field goal here for Sully Kelson. Near sideline as it'll work now for the Burros. They will bang their way on the interior, and a foul here on Hayden Anger, his first and the team's first, as they got it in the short quarter into Duffner here. The 6'5" senior will allow the Burros to reset with a fresh 35 on the scoreboard as they will handle this one. Duffner up and over on the pass, right-handed side will hand this one off as they give it to Halfley. Chase Halfley averaging just under 5 assists per season. Nearly got another one. Shot will be missed. Duffner clears the window. Back up top. Stepping into a 3 is Miller. Nothing but twine. Bryce Miller with the 3, and the Burros lead it by 2. 2 minutes into this contest. Cordero, front court now for the Broncos, taking a couple of dribbles. Spin move by Cordero as he leaves it right inside now to Anger. Anger weaving his way to Kelson. Solly, crow hop in the paint, able to spin, trying to finish with the left hand. Tough move, but a better finish, and we're tied at 4. Left wing open. No one is going to stop the three-point attempt here on the way by Halfley. Ball comes out to Owen Gilbert, and we'll see a foul here for Duffner. His first and the team's first for Hillsboro Central Valley. On the Bank North scoreboard, you can check them out by visiting banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender at Bank North. Left-handed side, Sully Kelson gives it back up top to Owen Gilbert as they're able to reverse it to Cordero. Near sideline, it goes left wing now to Gilbert. Gilbert with it back up top to Anger, able to find this one on this weaving offense here on the perimeter. Cordero, three-pointer up and in. Cordero with the 3, and the Broncos retake the lead for the second time tonight. These two teams settling in nicely here in the opening 3 minutes. Duffner, left wing, as this one taking a couple of hard dribbles on the interior goes Halfley. Halfley through some contact off the window, up and in for 2. Chase Halfley with this first field goal, and HCV back within 1. Well, full court token pressure defense here by the Burros as the Broncos able to see this one. Bounce pass in the inside to Anger off the glass. No, rebound tipped out, and a nice hand by Duffner as he tipped it to himself with the left and grabbed it with the right. Burros looking to take the lead as they find it to Miller. Bounce pass on the inside to Lushik. Lushik will handle it here at the post. Able to spin inside the paint. Turnaround. Oh, what a baby hook. Tyson Lushik with the made field goal, and the Burros have taken the lead by 1. 4:20 here in the opening quarter as Cordero sees it. Burros were looking to have a little half-court trap. Mouse to the baseline to Anger, right pocket 3 for the lead. That'll go long, and Alexander Duffner with his third board. Other side of the floor goes Tyson Lushik. Lushik off the window for 2. No one stopped the ball, got the outlet, and 3-point lead here for the Burros. Kelson to the right wing, able to spin. Look at the up and under move, but can't finish. Rebound to Lushik, his first. These two teams don't need a shot clock here in the first quarter. Right wing, Burrows able to get this one up. Left-handed side to Lushik. Lushik will see it in the paint, off the window, no. Rebound, Duffner, put back, can't get it to go, and a board here for Hayden Anger. Duffner is cleaning the window. He brought the Windex. He's got 4 boards so far here in the quarter. Cordero leaves it left-hand side to Sully. Kelson, hard drive, kicks to Kobe Mouse. This to tie. 3 is up and in. Kobe Mouse with the second made 3 of the game for Lisbon, and we're tied at 10 apiece. This up and down game, you might say might favor the Lisbon Broncos here, a team that wants to get up and down the floor, but Hillsboro Central Valley shot missed by Reed. It's a 2-on-1 Cordero, a nice pass up the floor to Gilbert. Gilbert has to regain the position, and he's able to finish for 2. This one goes back and forth here as Hillsboro Central Valley will see it in the front court, back up top to Bryce Miller. Miller taking a couple of dribbles here at the left of the key, guarded by Gilbert. Left-handed side as they find it now to Lushik. Lushik here at the left wing, ripping it through. Ball's on the deck, out of bounds, and it will be a foul here on Lisbon. Foul on the drive, as this will be on Kobe Mouse, his first, the team's third, as well. Our first substitutions in. Blake Wall will check in, coming off a 5-point performance off the bench last night here for the Broncos. Well, you have Travion Johnson, Trey, the 6-foot sophomore guard, averaging 9 points and a couple of rebounds per game. And also from there, Brody Rognus, the 5'9 senior, coming in here for the Burros. Johnson will see this one. Kelson able to find it back up top after playing a little man pressure defense here for the Broncos as Johnson now handling the point. Goes between the legs. To the right wing goes Rognus. Rognus posting up on the interior is Lushik. Little ISO play. Good cut by Johnson to the paint, off the window for 2. Give Johnson the 2 points. A nice find on the interior here for HCV. Good patient offense as well. Cordero, other side of the floor. Kick to Anger. Anger will take a hard dribble. Crow hop into paint, off the window, up and in for 2. Here for the 6'6 junior Hayden Anger. And the Broncos have 5 different players in the scoring column here in the opening 6 minutes. Johnson left wing to Miller. Miller takes a couple of dribbles. Tough shot over Gilbert's going to hit the back of the rim. No. Rebound tipped, and it will eventually be won by Anger. Talking with Jason Kunze, who said pretty much Anger is a walking double-double this season every game when you look down at the stats in terms of what he's been able to do. Cordero at the left elbow leaves it to Kelson. Dangerous pass as Sully nearly lost the possession. Kelson at the high post takes a couple of dribbles, able to find his way inside with the runner from the left hand. No. Duffner with his 5th rebound. Burros won a transition game. As they do, they find it to the trailing Duffner. Jumper from 16 is short. Rebound comes down to Cordero, his 2nd. 2-point advantage here for the Lisbon Broncos. As this one, if you like possessions in a basketball game, this one's for you. As Lisbon will set it up in the half court. Gilbert right-hand side to Cordero. Cordero coming off the staggered screen. Up top now is Qual. Qual able to reverse it to Gilbert, left-handed side. Gilbert looking for a flex cut, nothing there to Cordero. 10 seconds on the shot clock here for Cordero at the key as he finds it now to Sully. Little give and go. They go underneath the screen. Cordero shoots. This one will go long. Rebound tipped out right in the hands here of Owen Gilbert. Give the hockey assist to Kelson. 3-pointer Anger, no. Rebound. Going to be won by Duffner. He didn't realize it was his own teammate in Johnson as they see this one, as they find it with Brody Rognus, as Rognus now in the front court. Rognus able to find it to Duffner on the inside, gets fouled, and there will be 2 free throws. Alexander Duffner to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul assist here on Hayden Anger, his 2nd, team's 4th. A lot of action in the last 30 seconds of game time, but the Burros have a chance to possibly tie this one up. Free throw attempts here for HCV, their 3rd and 4th of the quarter. So far 1 of 2 from the free throw line as Duffner hits the free throw attempt. And for the Burros, they now have 5 players in the scoring column as Mouse returns here for Hayden Anger. Also coming in for HCV now, Chase Halfley able to come back into the game as Tyson Lushik will check out. Tied at 4, tied at 10, and if you add those 2 together, could be tied here at 14 as well with the made free throw. Right-handed toss. Got it. So Duffner ties this one up. He'll get subbed out for as Buchholz, the 5'10 senior, will check in to the contest. About a half-second differential between game clock and the shot clock here as the Burros now apply a little full-court pressure defense for Lisbon with Blake Qual. Qual will see this in the backcourt here. Taking a couple of dribbles, looking to see if anybody traps. No one does. Able to find it in the front court. There comes a trap late. Kelson, left-handed side, gives it to Gilbert. Gilbert coming off a three-pointer performance yesterday in Castleton. Right wing goes to Qual. Back up top now to Cordero. Cordero dribbles back with 12 on the shot clock. Cordero looking for a teammate. Little 5-out offense. Now they'll set the screen here for Sully. Left-handed side, Cordero. Here goes Gilbert, back to Cordero to beat the horn. 3 is off the iron, and that's how we'll end our first quarter play. Tied at 14 on the Bank North scoreboard.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Beef, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or whole from Mueller Beef out of Hillsboro. You can buy beef by the quarter, the half or the whole beef from Mueller Beef, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or whole from Mueller Beef out of Hillsboro.
Broadcasting today from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth at Stock Growers Bank, your small-town bank and big-time partner. With their mobile app, you can experience banking at your fingertips so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender at Stock Growers Bank. Chase Miller alongside with Julio here tonight in Lisbon as we get you ready for the second quarter of play. As these two teams, Region 1, Region 2, loaded yet again in the three-division system this season. If you can make it through your region tournament, you're going to have a dogfight and a qualifier to try to make it to a state tournament at the Fargo Dome coming up in the middle of March this season, but still a lot of basketball to be had between now and then. Kelson on the block, able to spin, good drop step, and a block shot by Halfley, but a foul will be associated here with Chase. His first, team's first. Good drop step by Kelson. And then you're able to see Halfley able to pick up the block, but got enough of the wrist. And we'll see the free throws coming here for Sully. First free throw attempts of the game for the Lisbon Broncos. Well, HCV is 3 for 4 from the free throw line this evening. Kelson free throw attempt misses the first. 3 ties in the opening quarter at 4, 10, and 14. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for the sophomore. Sully 4 of 7 from the free throw line as they bring this one. That'll go short, and we're tied at 14 apiece as the Burrows here with Halfley will inbound the basketball. Brody Rognes will see this in the front court here. Able to leave it around the world to the baseline as they find this one. Couple of dribbles. Good Euro step on the way. Can't get it by Halfley. Rebound coming in here for Owen Gilbert. Cordero will bring this one up the floor. Here comes the double. Good D by the Burrows. Gilbert back. Johnson trying to get the steal. Able to do so here. Johnson on Cordero. Stop. Pop off the window for 2. Good looking move by the sophomore. Right-handed side now for Lisbon. Lisbon to the right wing to Sully Kelson as they give this one back up top to Cordero. Cordero weaving his way, couple of dribbles now to Kelson. Kelson crossing over right to left, able to come inside the paint, looking for the step through, gets walled off, and Johnson gets another steal. Johnson goes up the floor. It's a 3-on-3. Johnson finds it to Miller. Miller able to go hard on the inside. As now Johnson asking for it, looking for a back cut. Good cut to the paint. Oh, look at Johnson go, and he nearly got the end one. Johnson to shoot 2. Foul assessed here on number 2. Cameron Cordero, his first and the team's first. And tell you what, I would not want to be in a 50-meter dash against Johnson. He's able to get to that first to fourth gear in a hurry on that back cut at the line to shoot 2. First free throw attempt up and in. Johnson now with 5 to lead the floor here for HCV. As Hayden Anger will come into the game for the Broncos as Blake Wall will check out. Burrows lead it by 3. They got all 3 points so far here of quarter number 2. Johnson, free throw attempt on the second up and in. And the Burrows up by 4. Broncos will handle this one with Hayden Anger. Anger able to see this one in to Sully Kelson. Kelson leaves it right wing to Gilbert. Gilbert will handle this in this illegal ball screen. Kelson never set as he was trying to have a little rub screen here on the handoff, and Sully will pick up the foul, his first, team's second, and eventually results nearly like a turnover here as the Burrows will bring it up the floor just after the 8 o'clock hour here tonight. Welcoming you to the weekend on yourliveevent.com. Busy weekend here in Lisbon. The girls' store hog tomorrow morning at 11:30. Brent Dick and Brady Siebels will have the call as this will be a foul on the floor after the attack by Rognes. Foul assessed here to Sully Kelson, team's second, team's third, and then you'll have this Saturday will be the girls' store hog. Next weekend will be the boys' store hog, and once you start talking store hog, that means not too many weeks left in high school wrestling. As Jason Kunze will sub in Evan Toohey here, the 6'2 junior forward off the bench. Johnson looking to inbound it here, and we'll see a foul on the loose ball, and this could be on Kobe Mouse trying to get in front of Brody Rognes, and it is. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar as Mouse picks up the foul, his second. That'll be the team's fourth. So for the rest of this half, the Burros will be in the bonus. We'll see if they can take advantage of getting to the free throw line. Buchholz into the game here for the Burros. Lushik will see this one. Lushik looking for a teammate to Johnson here. Johnson left and inside to Buchholz. Buchholz at the left wing, able to skip it right-hand side. Rainbow three is up. That'll go long by Halfley. Rebound won by Tui. Good board here for Tui. Cordero and the Broncos looking for their first points of the second quarter, and a block shot by Johnson. Johnson is like the Energizer Bunny currently here for the Burros in this second quarter. All 4 points, couple of steals, and a block shot. As Lisbon, we'll see it here with Kobe Mouse on the baseline. Mouse ball on the interior, turnover. Lushik will handle this one. And the Burros right now playing that gritty defense that Elliot Roffel talked with us in the pregame show. As they find it to Halfley, now to Johnson. Johnson left wing, rising, shooting, three-pointers long. A foul, trying to go up for it, as this one will be assessed here to the Burros. As Buchholz will pick up his first and the team's second for Hillsboro Central Valley. Burros coming off a season low in scoring against Fertile Beltrami back on Tuesday, which they lost to the Falcons 56-47. This one will go left-handed side, back cut. Anger asking for it, just a little bit too hot to handle on the attempt by Evan Tui. And we'll see substitutions checking in. Bryce Miller with Alexander Duffner and Mr. Reed, the 5'10 senior guard. Reed in the backcourt will check in as well. So a good run here for the Burros. As 5:26 here in the first half of play, HCV leads it by 4, but a unforced error for the Burros. We haven't said too many turnovers tonight for Elliot Rotvold's club. As Lisbon will inbound it here with Cordero. Back up top to Kobe Mouse. Mouse taking a couple of dribbles, season in the front court here. Mouse nearly walked with it, finds it to Cordero. Cordero looking for it on the baseline. Left and inside goes Tui. Tui left of the key, takes a couple of dribbles here. Burrows really coming out and trying to get on Cordero, and rightfully so. He can be a guy that can get going, and he can be a very effective shooter. Tui left wing with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tui looking to spin, finds it. Gilbert rising three, that goes long. Rebound, and eventually will have a jump ball, and the arrow will make its way to Hillsboro Central Valley. A pair of fives were tied with it with Bryce Miller and Hangin' Anger, and if he had the blue five, he would be victorious. Timeout on the floor will break as well on the Bank North scoreboard. We're 4-point lead here for HCV.
Are you wondering which seeds to buy for your farm and who do you buy from? Make one call to Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Pioneer corn and soybean seed, sunflower and canola seed, AgriPro and Lima grain wheat seed, plus SeedX sugar beet seed, all proven to deliver results. Call Rocky Nedham Seeds Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Your farm, your future, your seed partner.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance with Brad Richter. For all of your insurance questions, see Traill County's agents with answers. Agent Brad Richter in Hillsboro and sales associate Nick Preston in Mayville. 18-14 Burros with the advantage over the Broncos here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you here this evening in Lisbon as we got a nice contest going between two teams in the East. One out of Region 1, the other out of Region 2 here for the Burros, and it's the Region 2 squad up by 4. On the interior goes Lushik. Lushik goes one-on-one, able to make his way in the paint, step through, and this one might be offensive. Yes, just enough of the shoulder into the sternum, and Lushik will get called for the foul, his first and the team's third. But right now the Burros, the story of this current quarter has been the defense. HCV's only scored 4 points, 1 field goal, but they have given up the goose egg here to the Broncos, and this is the reason why they're turning them over. Good hands as Duffner will get the steal. Other side of the floor goes on the interior to Reed. Reed able to see it at the right wing. Jumper on the way for Duffner, up and long. Good backside board here for Kobe Mouse. The 5'11 senior, that was textbook on the rebound. Mouse front court, leads it left-handed side as they'll handle it now to Tui. Tui trying to find an interior to Gilbert, nothing there now to Anger. Back up top to Cordero. This length here for the Burros is pesky as Cordero finds it right wing as they handle it now to Mouse, to Gilbert. Gilbert able to skip it to Anger. Anger will step into a three-pointer up and off the front iron. Rebound on the inside as Tyson Lushik able to get the loose ball. Miller up the front court, crossing over. Little hesitation move, attacks the paint. Shot no, rebound comes down to Anger, his third. Cordero, other side of the floor, gets it in the front court, crossing over. Here comes the help. Cordero step through off the window, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Lushik as the Burros want to run. This one gets tipped out of bounds. Last touch here by Lisbon. Blake Quall to check into the lineup. As coming out will be Evan Toohey with 3:24 left to play in the opening half on the Bank North scoreboard. Burrows to inbound here with Halfley. Halfley, right wing, finds it right-hand side to Reed. Reed with the step through right of the key for the Burros, able to find it left-handed side as they work it to the baseline, or looking to the baseline here, as they still see it with Lushik. Lushik bounce pass to Duffner. Duffner guarded by Anger on the skip. Now Miller. Miller gets walled off by Gilbert. There's a rainbow pullback. Oh, it finds a pot of gold. Bryce Miller from 18 feet. He's got 6. Blake Quall will handle this one for the Broncos. Right wing to Cordero. Cordero right-handed side as they find it to Gilbert. Gilbert able to reverse it to Quall. Cutting through is Cordero. Nothing there up top to Anger. Anger able to reverse it right wing to Gilbert as there's a good back cut. Nothing now to Quall. Quall will handle this one. Leaves it left-handed side to Anger. Shot clock working to 10 as Cordero ripping it through. Gets to the left elbow. Step through short off the iron. Rebound eventually won here by Bryce Miller. The Burros suffocating defensively here in the quarter. Miller going to attack the paint. Oh, look at the finger roll. Layup for 2. Bryce Miller now with 8, and that's the margin as it's an 8-0 run here in the quarter for HCV. Blake Quall, top of the key, guarded there by Duffner. Duffner at 6'5" against the 5'10" junior Quall. Quall finds it to Cordero here. Cordero able to see it near side as this one goes to Kobe Mouse. Mouse back to Quall. Quall here at the free throw line to Gilbert. Gilbert shot fake, sees it Cordero. Cordero makes his way on the baseline. Wraparound pass to Anger, left pocket 3. That's going to go long. Rebound goes to Duffner as Duffner sees it the other side of the floor. Duffner off the window, good for 2. Duffner now has 4. Quall trying to get back, but Duffner with his size able to take full advantage. Broncos front court now for Quall. Quall at the high post, able to see it to the baseline. Left-handed side to Kobe Mouse, back to Quall. Quall up top to Cordero as Cordero work with it here for the Broncos. 90 seconds left in the half. Hayden Anger at the right wing. Back to the right-handed side, Cordero. Up top as they're able to work it left-handed side. Kobe Mouse will step into a 3. That goes long. Rebound for the Burros here for Bryce Miller, his second. Miller quickly attacking up the other side of the floor. Little hesitation move. Miller off the window, good for 2. Bryce Miller, how do you do? He's got 10. As the Burros continue the run up on a 12-0 run. Gilbert skips it. They reverse it now to Anger. Anger, good crossover. Better help here by the Burros. Open, shooting, shot here by Quall. It was halfway down, can't get it to go as Halfley corrals a loose ball. Near sideline Miller, he's feeling it, he's shooting it, and that'll go short. Rebound to Lisbon. As the Burros will make a substitution, Austin Cotton, the 5'10" junior. Johnson also able to return as well. While for the Broncos, they will bring in Evan Toohey here for Lisbon. Back-to-back games here for the Broncos after a nail-biting loss in overtime to Central Cass yesterday up in Castleton, 77-72 in a back-and-forth game. Lisbon, right-handed side, looking for a made field goal here to get within possibly single digits before the end of the half. Good move by Cordero, just can't find the bottom of the net as Bryce Miller gets his third board, and Miller will slow it up. Bryce Miller with 3 of the 5 field goals here in the quarter for Hillsboro Central Valley. Chase Halfley to Johnson. Johnson on that Bronco emblem here can hold for the final shot attempt for HCV with 12 seconds and counting. Coming for the screen is Lushik. Johnson leaves it left-hand side. That'll go to Halfley. Halfley back around the world up top, those Lushik. Lushik attacks the paint, able to spin. Turnaround shot, no. Rebound here won by going Gilbert. That's how we'll end our first half of play. Hillsboro Central Valley blanks the Broncos in the second quarter, 12-0 at the half. On the Bank North scoreboard, HCV leads it by 12.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching, so that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
Halftime show here in Lisbon, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. At Olson Accounting, if you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll or to get ready for the upcoming tax season, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand in Lisbon. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all of your tax and accounting requests. Go to colsoncpa.com. Chase Miller alongside Julio Vasquez with you here tonight in Lisbon as we see a little elementary 3-on-3, or as they call it, Marquette, as they have 9 players going back and forth across the floor to give you a little halftime entertainment here tonight in Lisbon. 14 points in the quarter for both, and then the second quarter, HCV outscores the Burros 12-love. First half stats, the Burros have 5 players in the scoring column. They're 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 1-3 with 14 rebounds currently here for the Burros, and we have them down for just 1 turnover. For Lisbon, they currently have 5 players in the scoring column, 2 threes, 0 of 2 from the stripe, 12 rebounds with 5 first-half turnovers here for the Lisbon Broncos. Hillsboro Central Valley led by the 10 points of Bryce Miller at the half with 3 rebounds, 6 points in the way for Trey Johnson off the bench, who's 2 of 2 from the stripe. You have 4 points for Duffner with 6 boards, 4 points for Lushik, and 2 for Chase Halfley. Well, for the Broncos, they're led by the 4 points of Sully Kelson. You have 3 points for Cameron Cordero and 3 points for Kobe Mouse. 2 boards, 2 points, 5 rebounds for Owen Gilbert, and 2 points, 3 rebounds for Hayden Anger. Again, the Burros led by the 10 of Miller, while for the Broncos, they're led by the 4 of Sully Kelson. At the half, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. Burros lead it by 12. When we come back, we'll let you know what's coming up this weekend right here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
At the half, again, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. Here's what's coming up this weekend on yourliveevent.com. Storehog, girls Storehog will be coming at you here tomorrow in Lisbon. So come on out and enjoy the girls wrestling. Coverage will get underway at around 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll have a basketball doubleheader at Northern Cass, Carrington and Northern Cass. The Jags and the Cardinals, girls at 3 with the boys to follow at 4:30. And then Thompson boys basketball squares off with Central Cass tomorrow in Castleton with a varsity game at 1 o'clock for high school boys basketball. That's this weekend on yourliveevent.com. Then back at it again for more high school basketball, hockey, and wrestling starting up on Monday. For more information, simply check out our complete schedule and rundown on yourliveevent.com or simply subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching Your Live Event as well. Again, at the half, it's a 26-14 lead for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley since the inception of the division system. HCV with a 62-44 win in Lisbon 2 years ago, and last year won in Hillsboro 60-54 against the Broncos. We'll take a quick break, and we come back. We'll get you ready for second half action. That does it again for our halftime show. Get it ready for your W-9s and all those lovely forms. Send them to Olson Accounting here in Lisbon for more information and to check out what Olson Accounting can do for you during this time with monthly payroll, accounting, tax season, and more. Go to colsoncpa.com. That again is colsoncpa.com. Back with the second half after this in Lisbon.
Stop. Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Baralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
If you have concern or questions about the mental health of yourself or a loved one, Trail District Health Unit's Credible Mind platform offers convenient and confidential resources to help inform you about mental well-being. Credible Mind offers 21 different assessments to guide you in your mental health journey, from sleep quality and burnout to anxiety and depression. To get started today and learn about your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, visit traildistricthealthunit.crediblemmind.com.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
As we come back at the half, taking a look at your travel report, the northeastern part of the state getting a little bit bigger for that no travel advised zone. Now down to Reynolds area here, all the way up to the Canadian border as well. So if you are traveling here a little bit later tonight, make sure you check out that North Dakota road report as the Burros will try to get the steal. This one works its way here into the backcourt, as now able to nearly find it was Chase Halfley, but then Halfley gives it right back here to the Broncos, as the Broncos will handle this one. Right-handed side with it as they work their way now to Cordero. Cordero left wing to Kobe Mouse. Mouse to the left-handed side with the basketball, gives it to the left wing. Gilbert will see this goes behind the back. It's on the deck. The Burros will come down with it with the Broncos as well. We'll get a jump in the arrow will favor Hillsboro Central Valley. As we talked about in the pregame show, that's one thing that head coach Elliot Roffold wanted to see, a really good defensive effort for 4 quarters of basketball. And without question, Lisbon has had to earn their points here tonight against Hillsboro Central Valley, as the Burros will see this now to Lushik. They leave it left-handed side as this one will go to Halfley. Duffner posting up for it on the interior. Halfley will take a couple of dribbles on the baseline, able to wrap it around. Extra fine. Here goes Reed. He'll rise, so shoot. 3 was halfway down. No. Rebound comes down to Kobe Mouse. Mouse goes up the far side of the floor here to Cordero. Cordero with it at the left wing, able to find it to Sully. Kelson taking a couple of dribbles. He's going to attack the paint on the interior. Good block. Able to go right back to Kelson. No. Rebound. Put back. No. It's still loose. Eventually another loose ball goes up and in. Hayden Anger able to give the Broncos their first field goal since the first quarter. And Duffner comes up a little limp on the floor. We'll break as well. 6:48 left to play in the third.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
As we come back on the floor here on your liveevent.com, timeout brought to you in part by your Nodak Insurance Agents with Brad Richter. For all of your insurance questions, see Trail County's agents with answers. Agent Brad Richter in Hillsboro and sales associate Nick Preston in Mayville here. As timeout on the floor again, as the Burros will handle the basketball in the backcourt. As coming off the floor here right now will be Duffner. Duffner rolled the ankle, so he will sub out for the 6'5" forward, and now the Burros will be without one of their enforcers on the inside. The senior with 4 points and 6 rebounds in that first half, as Johnson comes through on a double team, able to find it high post to Tyson Lushik. Lushik gets doubled here. Good hands defensively by the Broncos. Now the Broncos will see it with Kobe Mouse. Mouse taking a couple of dribbles, able to spin left of the key. Mouse will see this one here at the left of the key. Right-handed side goes Gilbert, posting up Anger. Nice find to Kelson. Right pocket 3 is up and in. Good ball movement. Sully Kelson with the triple. That'll be the third 3 for the Broncos here, and they're back within single digits at 7. Little 5-0 run to open up the half here for Lisbon. Trying to change it as Miller attacks the paint with the finger roll layup for 2. Miller's got 12. Broncos will handle this in the front court. Cordero left and inside to Kobe Mouse. Mouse taking a couple of dribbles. You're able to spin at the high post. Mouse with it on the attack, and he gets fouled. Kobe Mouse the free throw line to shoot 2 here for Lisbon. Foul assessed on Reed. That'll be his first, team's first of the third quarter here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. So free throw attempts upcoming here for Kobe Mouse. Lisbon just 2 free throw attempts coming into this shot by Mouse. Now 1 of 3 from the free throw line as a team. Second free throw attempts on the way here for Kobe. Trying to get it back to a 7-point contest as Mouse free throw attempt number 2 is up and in. Mouse now with 5 as the Burros will see this one up by 7. Half-court trap by Lisbon. Left wing goes to Miller, able to skip it to Johnson. Johnson on the attack off the window. No rebound here for Sully. Kelson will handle this one as Lisbon to Cordero up the floor. Cordero guarded by Reed on the far side. Cordero with on the dribble. Step through, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Good D by Reed, not making it easy even around the perimeter, and more importantly, at the half-court stripe here for the offense for Lisbon. So for the Burros, trying to see if they can get north of 30 or at 30 on this possession. Miller going to attack the paint on Anger. He gets fouled on the floor. No continuation. As before, he was on his way up. This one will make its way through. The official's going to talk it over to see if it was continuation or was it on the floor with the initiation of the contact. This one will be on the floor on Anger. That's his third, team's first of the quarter here for Lisbon. Burrows on the inbounds. Ball fake coming with Johnson. Johnson sees it up top as he finds Miller right wing. As this one will go to Halfley. Halfley taking a couple of dribbles back up top as they're looking for Johnson here. Won't give it to him with Lushik. Lushik with a smart idea as he attacks the paint. Can't get it to go. Rebound for Owen Gilbert. Gilbert's 6-4 to the game. Good luck for Halfley. Just unable to finish as they see this one right wing to Gilbert. Gilbert to the baseline to Sully. Sully's going to get doubled. Gilbert thought about a three. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now to Cordero. Cordero with it. Nice little pick and pop to Anger. Three-pointers up. That'll go long. Rebound one for the Burros. As Johnson able to climb the window there. Left-handed side. Miller attacks. And he finishes for two. Miller's got 14. Cordero. We'll see this on a little give and go. Cordero attacks. Leaves it right-hand side. Gilbert. Shot fake back to Cam. Cordero. Jumper from the free throw line gets fouled. And Miller will get called for it. As they see this one here, as they find it now for Bryce Miller. That'll be his first, team second. 2 free throws on the way for Cordero, as Cordero will head to the stripe to shoot 2. Just the box out and the clues out there for Bryce was the guilty party, as Cordero free throw attempt able to roll on in. Cordero now with 4. Substitution in the game is Evan Toohey returning here for Lisbon. If you just joined us after one quarter play, was tied at 14. And then Hillsboro Central Valley blanked Lisbon 12-0 in the second quarter to take a 26-14 lead coming into the second half as Cordero hits both free throw attempts. Lisbon with 11 points so far in the third. Johnson gets walled off on the short corner. Right-hand side to Halfley as he finds it now to Lushik. Good pass out the interior. Little flex cut for Reed, and Reed is on the board. Burrows able to answer back up by 9. Cordero able to get across the double team. This one gets tipped right in the hands of Jason Kunze for the Burrows, currently with 6 points here in the third quarter as Blake Quall will check into the game. Quall will come in. Evan Toohey will sub out. Ball will be on the near sideline for Cordero here for the Lisbon Broncos. As Cordero finds this one to Sully. Kelson taking a couple of dribbles with the step on the baseline. Good D as this one goes back to Cam. Burrows really hedging in those passing lanes here, trying to help out defensively. Cordero up and over on the pass, and this one hits the backboard. Out of bounds turnover here on Lisbon. Substitution as Brody will check in. Rognes, the 5'9 senior guard for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley. So one thing, been very impressed tonight defensively by the Burros. The quick help off the passing lanes and what they've been able to do as Johnson finds it on the interior. This one, good hands defensively by Kobe Mouse, got the tip. And the Broncos with Cordero near sideline to Quall as they find it to Kelson. Sully taking a couple of dribbles, lost it off his shin, but right to a Bronco. They're able to find it to Mouse. Mouse, couple of dribbles here, gets into the paint. Mouse gets fouled, throws it up, and nearly got the continuation. Kobe Mouse with 5 points. He will head to the free throw line. Foul assessed here on Brody. Will be his first and the team's third of the third quarter here for Hillsboro Central Valley. As the Broncos at the free throw line to shoot 2 here for Kobe. Mouse free throw attempt up and in. Lisbon, this will be their 6th free throw attempt of the second half. As free throw attempt number 2 is in and out, no good. Rebound though for Sully. Kelson leaves it up top. Mouse at the top of the key. 3-pointer is going to go short. No tip unless they're going to see for it. The bench was asking to see maybe if Johnson got a hand on it. They're going to say no, and it will be Hillsboro Central Valley with the basketball. So 5 of 6 now from the free throw line in the quarter are the Broncos, back within 8. And we've kind of been teetering between this 7 and 10 point contest here the last couple of minutes in the third quarter on the Bank North scoreboard. Johnson on this weave. We'll see this to Rognes. Rognes gets walled off here, looks for a teammate, finds one left-handed side to Lushik. Lushik at the left wing, little hesitation move on the baseline. Double team comes, wraparound pass, right-handed side, Halfley, three-pointer long, rebound Lushik, and he gets mugged. Foul here by Kobe Mouse. Mouse with the foul, his third and the team's second. Able to come back on the sideline here is Duffner. That's good news for the Burros perspective. Able to see Alexander Duffner coming out. And he will be back on the bench now for head coach Elliot Rothfold. Left-handed side for Brody. Brody on the interior to Halfley. Halfley able to spin. Double team comes just a little bit late, and Halfley gets fouled. And 2 free throws here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Foul assessed here on Blake Quall, his first, team's third. And Chase Halfley just does a little bit everything. 6 points, 5 rebounds, just under 5 assists per game. Kind of a glue guy here with now 3 points on the night. Free throw attempt number 2 to try to get up to double digits for the Burro lead. Free throw attempts up and in. So Halfley now with 4 points. Here is the Broncos. We'll see it with Sully Kelson. This one gets deflected. Anger will handle it in the front court. Anger with a couple of dribbles now. Able to see this one near sideline to Sully. Kelson ripping it through with a couple of drives. And this one goes out of bounds. And a turnover here for the Lisbon Broncos. Their third of the quarter, their 8th of the contest. And Lisbon has to go back defensively, looking for a stop and trying to get a little run right now. The Burros, we'll see it left-handed side. Johnson, ball fake, taking a couple of dribbles. Weaving his way around the world, right-handed side now to Rognes. High post will go to Halfley to the baseline. Block shot by Gilbert. Gilbert, those neon color shoes, able to play a little defense. As Johnson will inbound it here on the baseline. Johnson to the right-handed side of Lushik. Lushik here at the right wing, looks for a teammate, takes a couple of dribbles, able to spin, looking for the up and under. Can't find it. Double team comes, rising as Halfley. Three-pointer is short, and Kelson gets the loose ball. Cordero will handle it now in the front court. As the Broncos, with 2 minutes left to play in the third, down by 10. Near sideline is Blake Quall. Quall at the near sideline, finds it back up top to Anger as Cordero comes through on the screen. Cordero gets inside the paint, finds it. Quall, right pocket. Quall back to the near sideline to Cordero, up top to Anger. Anger finds it back to Cordero, right pocket, 3 is up and in. Cordero tickles a twine from 19-9. He's got 8 and a timeout on the floor. On the Bank North scoreboard, Hillsboro Central Valley leads it by 7.
West Main Pizza is serving you from Ada and the Rail District location in Dilworth. The tradition of West Main Pizza continues. Pizza, calzones, wings, subs, salads, and more. Lunch, dinner, family meals, and business meeting orders. When you're in town or driving through, visit West Main Pizza. For daily specials, visit West Main Pizza Ada and Rail District Dilworth Facebook pages. Order by phone or westmainpizza.net. Both locations open daily at 11 a.m., serving the delicious West Main Pizza menu items you enjoy. West Main Pizza, Ada and the Rail District Dilworth.
Time on the floor for all of your insurance requests. See Trail County's agents with answers. Agent Brad Richter in Hillsboro and sales associate Nick Preston in Mayville. Timeout brought to you in part by Nodec Insurance with Brad Richter as we see the ball in the backcourt here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros as they're up by 7. Timeout. Second one used by Jason Kunze. Well, for the Burros, they got all 5 remaining if needed here throughout the evening. As Brody finds it to Johnson. Johnson left wing, three-pointers up and in. There's the answer. Johnson now with 9. Hillsboro Central Valley back to a 10-point lead. As Anger sees the double. Good hand defensively, but out of bounds. Be last touch here by the Burros. Good job by Lushik. Coming a little late there to try to create a double team, got a hand on it defensively as the Broncos will find it to Cordero. Cordero sets up the offense here near sideline to Blake Quall. Quall with it, looks up top to Anger. Anger leaves it, couple of dribbles inside the paint, finds it to Sully. Kelson trying to back his defender down as they leave it left and inside to Cordero. Cordero at the left wing, shot clock to 5. Cordero inside, step through off the window, good for 2. Cordero now continues to find himself a good quarter as this one goes off the hands of Miller and a turnover for the Burros. 7 points in the quarter here for Cordero. He's got 10 in the game, and he had 10 points last night up in Castleton. Johnson on the guard, and the question is here for Lisbon, can they get it back within 2 possessions? Cut it to 7 a multitude of times here in the quarter as Cordero wants to make it 5. Three-pointer goes long. Rebound, though, for Miller. Miller able to slow it up, and now it's the Burros with a chance to take a potential double-digit lead going into the fourth. Johnson on that Bronco emblem leaves it left and inside to Bryce. Miller looking for the ball screen here by Lushik. Going to take it. Miller goes behind the back. Couple of dribbles. Gets walled off at the free throw line. Finds it. Right pocket. 3 is up. That'll go short. Rebound won by Cordero with 2. Three-quarters court heave is short, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play. On the Bank North scoreboard, Hillsboro Central Valley leads it by 8 as we head to the fourth.
Right Implement in Hillsboro. 701-636-5692 for shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Right Implement in Hillsboro. 701-636-5692. Check out Right Implement for farm equipment, repair and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Right Implement, 701-636-5692.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Broadcasting today from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, anytime, anywhere, bank near, so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Stock Growers Bank here in and around servicing the Lisbon and surrounding communities here at Stock Growers Bank. As we make our way here to the fourth quarter, it's a 8-point lead here for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley. And like a broken record, here we are again for a chance for Lisbon to try to get back within 2 possessions. Gilbert gives it up top as the Broncos will see this one here. Using up the dribble, they find it to Anger. Anger's going to drive, gets walled off by Miller. Anger with it up and over. Jumper for Kobe Mouse. 3-pointers off the front iron. Rebound, though, for Anger here. And Anger with his 6th board of the game. Rising for it was Mouse as it was nearly into the second row. Anger here at the free throw line. Gives it to Sully. Kelson wraparound pass, and there's a hand. And good to see Duffner back into the game as he got a hand defensively on it. And a steal as well. Miller, a little hesitation move. Gets to the baseline here. It's on the deck, and eventually Gilbert will come up with it. And the Broncos looking to see if they can take something in transition. Kelson up the floor now to Anger to the baseline. Mouse is going to attack, gets inside the paint, leaves it to Sully. Kelson crossing over, looking for it, finds it to Gilbert. Power dribble off the window. Can't get it to go. Rebound here to the Burros. Lushik able to climb the ladder on that one. A turnover here by Miller, his 6th. Going back to the last defensive play, getting there was Buchholz, and Ryland at least made it difficult for Gilbert to try to go over someone, and creates a little bit of a wall defensively. As Cordero, left-handed side to Kelson. Kelson to Gilbert here, top of the key, back to Cam. Cordero with the ball fake, finds it left-handed side. Coming through on the staggered is Mouse. Left wing to Gilbert, back up top, Anger. Anger here at the free throw line, attacks the paint. Good move off the window for 2. Hayden Anger, 6 points and 6 rebounds here for the 6'6" junior forward. 6s all around, and it's a 6-point game. Johnson, front court, right-handed side of Miller. Baseline here to Duffner, back to the right of the key. Taking a couple of dribbles here is Buchholz, and a block shot by Gilbert. Substitution into the game for Hillsboro Central Valley goes Chase Halfley into the contest as HCV will inbound it here on the baseline with Johnson. Coach Jared Coonsey mentioned in the pregame he was feeling it could be like a 50-50 kind of a ball game, and that's where we're heading to right now as Duffner finishes for 2. He's got 6. Burros are on the board here in the fourth quarter. Back to an 8-point contest. Kobe Mouse, right wing, leaves it to the baseline here, taking a couple of dribbles as Kelson back to Mouse. Anger posting up with it. As their little 4-out-1 in, the one there was Anger for the moment. Kelson left it inside to Gilbert. Gilbert finds, looking for a cutting Anger, but then kind of goes in between Anger and also Mouse. Turnover here for the Lisbon Broncos. That'll be their 10th. 5:49 to play on the Bank North scoreboard in quarter number 4 as Hillsboro Central Valley took the lead in the second quarter, and they haven't relinquished it since. Right-handed side, this will go halfway back up top to Duffner. Duffner near sideline Johnson. Johnson probing, finds it up top Miller. Miller with a little cradle rock move, able to make his way inside the paint. Turnaround jumper from 13 is short. Rebound here for Anger. Anger trying to see if he can get back to another double-double performance yet again. Anger draped by Miller. Left-handed side as this one goes up top to Quall. Check that to Mouse. Mouse looking back door now to Cordero. Cordero here up top with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Cordero taking a screen right to the key. Cordero sees Johnson switch out on him. Back left-handed side. Anger goes between the legs at the free throw line. Near sideline here as this one goes to Mouse. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Cordero. Cordero's got to create with 5. Cordero takes a screen. They switch out. Dribble pullback. 3-pointers off the iron. No. Rebound Sully and a foul here for Johnson. HCV was looking for an illegal screen before the shot attempt by Cordero, but the free throws will not be coming as it was on the floor after the attempt here. And Sully went up for that one, and they'll give it to Gilbert inside Anger. Anger making his way off the window. No. Rebound one by the right hand of Duffner. Duffner with his 7th board of the game. Bounce pass. Feed the big man who runs. Alex Duffner runs like a deer. He's got 8. Back to a 10-point lead here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Right wing, nice find on the interior, up and in for Owen Gilbert. Gilbert's got 4 and a timeout on the floor. 4:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Hillsboro Central Valley up by 8 with the basketball when we return.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
High school basketball here today on yourliveevent.com. Timeout brought to you in part by your Nodak Insurance Company with Brad Richter, agent in Hillsboro. The lone Division A basketball game here on yourliveevent.com here tonight. And across the state of North Dakota, again in Division A boys basketball. A couple of Division B games in which the Pirates of Hankinson defeated Weimar Lidgewood 68-60 earlier tonight. So Hankinson able to get a district win. Also the number 3 rated team in the state against a quality club there in the Warbirds of Weimar Lidgewood. Hillsboro Central Valley will find it at the top as they give it now to Johnson near sideline. This one will go to Bryce Miller. Bounce pass on the interior to Lushik. Lushik with a couple of dribbles inside the paint, looking to turn. Lushik looks for a teammate here. This one will be a 3 in the key and a turnover here for Hillsboro Central Valley. They're 7th. So the Broncos get this stop, but here's the proverbial hill to climb. Can you get it back within 2 possessions? They've got it to 7, 8 a handful of times. Every time it gets there, the Burros going to stop and a score to make it back to a 10-point game. And on the flip side, can the Burros try to put the Broncos away? Central Castle was unable to do it in the fourth quarter when they had chances, and the Broncos forced overtime last night in Castleton. Right-handed side as they see this one back to Kelson. Kelson looks for a teammate, crossing over. Sully at the free throw line, backing down Duffner. Sully on the interior. Gilbert, there's a block shot of the way. Good hands by Lushik as they see it now. Ripping it through, and they got numbers if they hurry. Miller, front court now for the Burros. Leaves it near side. Duffner takes a power dribble off the window. Can't get it to go. It's a loose ball, and Anger will come away with it. His 8th board of the game. but time is starting to wind a little bit here and not be in favor of the Broncos. Cordero crossing, leaves it to Gilbert. Gilbert here at the free throw line, back near side as they're reversing it. Kelson rising, shooting and scoring. Sully Kelson with the triple. He's got 10, and indeed it's down to a 2-possession game. Burrows near side will handle this one to Miller. Miller getting guarded, able to throw this one up and in, and there's a timeout on the floor. I think the Burrows were looking for a little body contact for the end one. Won't matter. Timeout on the floor. 3 minutes to play here on the Bank North scoreboard as the Burrows lead it by 7.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
On the Bank North scoreboard, 3 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Hillsboro Central Valley leads it by 7 over the Lisbon Broncos here tonight. Chase Miller with you, alongside with Julio running the camera with us as it's a full court pressure defense for the Burros. Go to banknorth.bank to see a branch or location near you with Bank North. As Cordero will handle this one front court, leaves it right-handed side now to Kobe Mouse. Mouse handles it here back up top to Anger. Anger with it, nice slip pass on the interior. Gilbert up and in for 2. Everybody paid attention to Cordero, and nobody was able to either switch or talk about the big man on the inside who stands at 6'4" in Gilbert. Burrows near side to Miller, back up top to Lushik. Lushik back to Johnson. Johnson, a little nail pick, attacks the paint. Finger, oh, what a play by the sophomore. Johnson in double digits with 11. That was a go-go gadget right arm, as this will be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Burrows back up by 7. Broncos looking for another field goal here to see if they can get back within 5. We talked about for most of the second half, could they get it with a 2-possession game? The answer is yes, and Elliot Rompfold wants a timeout. We'll break as well. 2:16 left in the fourth.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show coming up a little bit later on here tonight. We'll get to our Holstead Telephone Company connection of the game, our play of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg. That and more is still to come a little bit later on tonight in the post-game show. Burrows lead it by 7 here as they find it now to Cordero. Cordero with a couple of dribbles as they leave it to the right wing as they find it here with Sully. Kelson back up top to Anger. Anger with a wraparound pass to Gilbert on the interior. Sully sees it back to Gilbert. Gilbert with the pass across the paint. Good hand defensively. Knocked out of bounds by Miller, and it will stay Lisbon basketball. Lisbon, what they need quickly here is a score, a stop, and a score to make it a one-possession game and get things really interesting. Burrows looking for a stop and a score to maybe put the game out of reach. Cordero left wing, back to Mouse. Mouse leaves it right inside. Gilbert, he'll rise. Three-pointer off the backboard, no. Rebound won by Johnson. As Johnson goes the other side of the floor to Miller. Miller drive kick, able to find this one up top. And Chase Hafley smartly going to dribble it back out and say, hey, we can milk up some clock right now as both teams have fouls to give in the quarter, and we'll see a traveling violation. Turnover here for the Burros as Elliot Rothfull looks over as his assistant coaches and says, yep, that was a travel. Hillsboro Central Valley with just 1 foul, while the Broncos, they have 0. So Lisbon can be super aggressive here defensively. Speaking of aggressive, there's a steal. Miller has it and then a foul. will go against Hillsboro Central Valley, or over and back, excuse me. So a turnover for a turnover. So Lisbon will get another opportunity here in the front court as they'll handle this one now with Hayden Anger. So Anger with 90 seconds left to play in the contest. Looking up and over, finds it to Gilbert on the inside. Gilbert with the dribble back to Anger. He's open, three-pointers up, and that'll go long, but off the right shoulder blade here of Chase Halfley. 84 seconds coming off the clock. This is like pulling teeth here if you're a Borough fan late, trying to see how quickly that clock can move. They leave it left and inside to Kobe Mouse. Mouse will see this, takes the dribble, gives it back up top to Anger. Anger able to find it to Cordero. Three-pointer, block shot on the way by Halfley. Johnson goes the other side of the floor. Here's the opportunity, and Johnson with a finger roll, layup for two. Defense to offense. Out of the block by Halfley. Johnson now has 13 off the bench. Anger, right wing. Right-hand side to Sully. Kelson will handle this one, gives it back to Anger. Anger here inside the paint, off the window, no. Rebound, Anger, put back, that's going to go long. Anger with another crack at it, up and in. As Hayden Anger, 8 points and 10 rebounds. And we get a timeout here for head coach Jason Kunze to stop the clock with 47 seconds on the dot. On the Bank North scoreboard, Burrows up by 7 with the ball in return.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
If you're thinking about updating your bathroom or kitchen, don't wait until the last minute. Planning is key. At Ada Building Center LLC on Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, you can check out the brand new displays with the latest in cabinets, countertops, and floor coverings. The Ada Building Center LLC team will guide you through designs and help you secure trusted contractors for the job. Stop today and start planning your remodel. 218-784-3661 or visit adabuildingcenter.com. Ada Building Center, your project starts here.
47 seconds left to play here in regulation. Burrows able to get the ball in bounce. They find it to Miller. Ball up the floor now to Lushik. Lushik going to see this foul here on Lisbon. Kobe Mouse will pick up his fourth. That's just the team's first, though, so they got to literally chase the game right now as they still have to commit 4 more fouls before it's the bonus, as Blake Quall and Evan Toohey will check into the game here for Lisbon, as the Broncos will make a couple of substitutions now with Kobe Mouse and Hayden Anger to check out of the game, as Hillsboro Central Valley with Tyson Lushik to inbound the basketball in front of the student section. Finds it backcourt. Cordero with the foul, his second. Team's second. Not too much time comes off the clock, and Lisbon will need a couple more as well. If you're the Broncos again, just get up in the passing lane, see if you can get a tip, but the Burrows will gladly just take an easy inbounds as they see it again to Halfley. Cordero picks up his third, team's third. One good thing, though, for Lisbon, not a lot of clock coming off here the last couple of quick fouls. Able to wall this, they do it again. There's the foul. Quall will pick up his second, team's fourth. And look up. About 0.6, 0.8, another 0.7 comes off the clock, so Lisbon doing a good job trying to not allow Hillsboro Central Valley to take too much time off. Cordero with the foul, his fourth, as Johnson will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. 16 points in the game for Miller. You have 13 here for Johnson and the 8 for Duffner so far here tonight as we make our way to the free throw line, as Johnson will go to the line. Free throw attempt, that'll rim out. Substitution as Kobe Mouse and Hayden Anger will check back in. Lisbon doesn't need threes yet. The threes would help, but they just need a quick field goal here, whether it's a miss or make by Johnson. Free throw's good. Johnson with 14 points, full court pressure defense as Anger sees this one as he gives it up the near side to Gilbert. Gilbert to Cordero here. Cordero rising right to the key. Three-pointer grazes the front iron. Rebound won by Johnson as he takes away from Anger, as Anger looked like he was going to get it. And Anger will eventually take the foul, his fourth, and Johnson heads back to the free throw line. As Johnson to the stripe. As 2 free throws here would probably more than likely put the game away with a 4-possession lead. Got to make both of them, though. Free throw on the first goes long. So even on a miss, it's now still a 3-possession game, and now you need threes here if you're Lisbon. Free throw attempt on the second. Johnson up and in. Broncos, we'll see this one here with Mouse. Mouse finds it to Sully. Kelson, right wing. Kelson on the baseline, back to Gilbert here. Gilbert, jumper, 3-pointer, step back, no. Rebound, one-handed, skied by Johnson, and Johnson heads back to the free throw line. Trey has put his fingertips all over this game in the last couple of minutes here as the foul will be assessed here to Anger. Anger will finish with 8 points and 10 rebounds here for the 6'6" junior forward as Johnson to the stripe to shoot 2. Least amount of points this season for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, 56 that they've given up against an opponent with both the Mayport CG Patriots and Fertile Beltrami. Free throw is good. Second one on the way is in and out, no good as the rebound comes down to Gilbert, his 7th. As Lisbon will see this one left and inside. Jumper, 3-pointers up off the iron, no good. Rebound by Halfley. Lisbon won't foul. And a final here tonight in Lisbon as the visitors from Hillsboro Central Valley improved to 2-6 in the season with a 10-point win over the Lisbon Broncos at 50-40. On the Bank North scoreboard, HCV now 2-6 on the year, while the Broncos drop to 7-3. Our post-game show is coming up next here on YourLiveVent.com.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
People often ask me, why are Hillsboro Central Valley athletes so successful? Have you seen our fitness center? The weightlifting doesn't stop with our athletics. At Hillsboro Public School, we strive to do difficult things all the time. We help struggling readers read. Our MTSS process makes sure all students are improving. Hillsboro students are challenged to do difficult tasks each day. Please come and check out our school. And if you need a place to exercise, check out our fitness center.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
As we come back on the postgame show, your final again, Hillsboro Central Valley 50-40 over the Lisbon Broncos here as the Burros 6 losses this season by a combined 40 points. They played in a lot of tight games. This one, they find a way to edge out a road victory here over the Lisbon Broncos. As Hillsboro Central Valley led by the 16 of Miller, 16 points, 4 rebounds, and the same stat line for Trey Johnson with 16 points and 4 rebounds as well. 8 points, 7 boards for Duffner, 4 on the way for Tyson Luschik, 4 points here for Halfley and 2 for Jaron Reed. But again, the Burros led by the 16 of Miller and the 16 of Johnson. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they were paced by the 10 of Cordero here with 3 rebounds. Cordero 2 of 2 from the stripe, 10 points, 4 rebounds for Sully Kelson, 8 points on the way for Hayden Anger with 10 rebounds, 6 for Cubby Mouse, 6 points, 7 boards for Owen Gilbert. Burrows 10 of 14 from the free throw line. They hit 2 threes. 6 players in the scoring column, 9 turnovers. While for the Broncos, they had 5 players in the scoring column, 5 of 6 from the stripe, 5 threes with 11 turnovers. It's now time to get to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That is Enbridge.com. Couple of the players here for the Burrows perspective, Bryce Miller and Trey Johnson. A nice dynamite 1-2 combination, as we alluded to, combining for 32 points and 8 rebounds between Miller and Johnson. Those two are our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We go from there to our Agassi Precision Egg Play of the Contest, and the difference in this game, quite literally on the scoreboard, the second quarter. It was a 10-point difference, 50-40. Burrows over the Broncos here, but it was a 12-0 second quarter in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley, where they shut out Lisbon, and that's the difference of this game. A really good D by HCV, but also able to just be disruptive, not allow a lot of second chances in that second quarter. That's our play of the game, brought to you in part by Agassi, your local precision planting dealer. Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Check their website out at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. And we go to our Halstead telephone connection of the game at Halstead Telephone Company. Discover local reliability you can trust at Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. Our connection of the game going to be the three-point line for the Lisbon Broncos, where they made 5 of them here tonight, and in doing so, 2 by Cordero. You saw 1 from Kobe Mouse, also 2 by Sully Kelson. Our connection of the game one more time, the three-point line here for the Lisbon Broncos, brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company. As you see the mats coming on the floor, that's a reminder the girls' store hog will be on deck here tomorrow morning. 11 o'clock begins our coverage with Brady Siebels and alongside Brent Dick right here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, your final 50-40 Burrows over the Broncos. Will take a break, and we come back. We'll let you know what's on tap next year for these two teams. We'll hear from the victorious team, that and more, as well as the Burrows winners by 10.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits, including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out BearsHomeSolutions.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has adapted to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. Production of edible beans helps many growers in the Red River Valley make their farming operation more profitable. These growers are also producing a nutritious, high-protein food source, helping feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, with receiving stations in Garsky, Grafton, Larimore, Sharon, Devils Lake, Lincoln, Wilton, and East Grand Forks. Learn more at centralvalleybean.com or call 701-847-2622.
As we come back, join us here on the postgame show, Bryce Miller, Chase Miller, no relation, at least I know, between of us here, as Bryce Miller again with 16 points. Bryce, what did you see from your team that second quarter in particular, where you shut out the Lisbon Broncos in a 12-0 game? You win by 10. The difference in the game, those 8 minutes, what did you like defensively from your club in that one?
Yeah, Ruffle told us that after the game, and it just felt good. We knew we were playing good defense, talking, doing all the things, and it was just a good overall team defense.
Able to also see Mr. Johnson come off the bench with 16 points. What did you just kind of see from him bringing some energy and also just getting up and down the floor a little bit?
We knew he was going to be a big part of the team coming into the season, and he's really stepping up into that role, and helping us perform better on offense, defense, and just working hard.
What was it like to see Alexander Duffner? I know he kind of rolled an ankle right there, but still a very productive game, 8 points, 7 rebounds. What does he bring to the floor this season?
He's kind of our we call him Big Burly Duff, so he's kind of our burly guy, and just go in the post and bang around and just get a bunch of rebounds and get some points for us too.
Able to continue this Region 1 swing with Oak Grove and Northern Casa next week here, Bryce. You guys been in a lot of tight games this season. What do you think was the difference to find a way to get the win here tonight on the road against a quality opponent?
One of our goals for this game and the next games in our 4-game stretch in the next couple of weeks was to try and put a full game together. And I think some of those close games that we didn't end up winning is we've had a couple of stretches where we weren't able to do that.
Yeah, able, no doubt about it. Good games. Hopefully continue for you. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Again, with 16 points in the contest here, the junior guard, Bryce Miller, for the Burros. When we come back, we'll hear from Elliot Raffel. That is next.
Being a good sport is the best way to learn from the activity you are involved in. Whether you are winning or losing the game, you can walk away with a positive experience if you show your integrity and respect and learn from the other team. Hi, my name is Addison, and I'm a student in the Central Valley School District. I've learned so much from competing in basketball, and a lot of what I've learned is by observing the other teams and taking positive influence from some of their greats in sportsmanship. I hope to continue to display this at the Central Valley School to also be an example. This message is from the Central
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we jump from the player to now the coach, Elliot Raffel joined us as he pops on the headsets. And Elliot, I know on the pregame show I just kind of wrote down what you mentioned. You're looking for a consistency, some grit on both end, and trying to cause turnovers here tonight. And I think the second quarter maybe best describes that all across the board. 12-0 quarter. Just what did you see from your team to make it really tough on Lisbon, where they had to settle for a lot of outside shots and kind of just one and done as well offensively from the Lisbon perspective?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing, as we got one shot and got the rebounds. I wrote 3 challenges for them on the board, and the first one was to defend, and the second one was the rebound, and the third was to get those 50-50 balls. And I thought they did that really well. But that second quarter, I didn't realize we shut them out there until Coach Gieske said, "Boy, that was as good a defensive quarter as he's seen." And we just, I think the guys communicated really well tonight. They run a lot of dribble drive stuff, setting a lot of screens, and I thought the guys communicated really well and kicked guys off, and were able to switch those things. And then, like you said, it was one and done that whole quarter, and it turned into a kind of a slugfest and not really up and down. But we got a few transition buckets, didn't give up many. But for us, it's just nice to put 4 quarters together and come out with a victory. These guys have been working hard for 6 weeks now, and haven't had a whole lot to show for it with the hard schedule we've had, the tough schedule, but. To get one tonight, hopefully, we've been telling them, coaches, we've been telling them all season here, we got a really good basketball team. They just got to believe it. And at some point we're going to turn that quarter, because we as coaches can see it every day. And hopefully today leads to that confidence that we need
Let's talk about Chase Halfley. I know coming in, 6 points, 5 rebounds, just under 5 assists. Kind of call him a glue guy. Had a couple of block shots, deflections here. Sometimes you might look on the stats and might not say, only 4 points or 4 rebounds, but he does a lot of things that aren't on the stat sheet here, Elliot. What does he kind of just provide to the club this season?
Yeah, that when he plays his best, that's exactly what he's doing. He doesn't need to score a bunch for us. We got Bryce and we got Alexander and Trey coming in off the bench and Tyson trying to get it down low. He understands that, but when he can rebound for us and run the show for us, and do those things and just keep us calm and keep us in position and doing what we got to do, and he just plays that role. He's a excellent player for us. He's been playing for 3 years now, so he understands what we're trying to do, and that makes a difference too. So it's nice having that that coach on the floor.
Anytime he can get scoring is nice, but we can get 16 points off of a bench player in Trey Johnson tonight. That's even a little nicer as well, and he got some really good key stops down the stretch with maybe a rebound or a loose ball. Just what did you see from him, just providing that energy for you here off the bench tonight, Elliot?
Yeah, we had some great bench playing. Trey's been, he's been playing really well. We started off early in the year playing him 3 quarters of JV, and it went pretty quick to 2 quarters. Because it's not, as a sophomore, you want to get him as much playing time as we can, and it's really helping him because those JV guys have been playing some really good basketball too. So, it's nice to have him come off the bench. He's got a lot of skills. He's really working well with those juniors and seniors, those older guys, and those older guys are really starting to trust him when he's on the floor, and that's what it takes, and he's earned that trust from him. So and then we got great bench play. He got the scoring and stuff, but we got great bench play when we needed it from, Brody Rugness came in, gave us some good minutes. Rylan Buchholz gave us good minutes. I didn't get Austin Cotton in as much as I would have liked tonight, but the couple minutes he played, he did exactly what we needed him to do. So if we can get the, from those other 3 guys, those other 3 guards, if we can get, 6, 8, 10 minutes out of them to give those other guys a break and they can go in there and bust it, that definitely helps. And then Trey just gives us that other offensive weapon that we need. But I thought Jaron Reed did a great job tonight on Cordero. I know he turned his ankle a little last night, but we kept him in front and talked, and him and Trey going back and forth. That's a tough matchup, and we really made that switch. I kind of made it almost today. We were thinking about putting Tyson on him because he's our best defender and we can put him on a guard or a forward. But when I watched a little bit more of Lisbon, what the heck is it? The Gilbert kid, number 4, and then what's number 5?
Anger, number 5.
Anger, number 5. Those two really make them go too. If Cordero gets going, they're tough. But when those two get going as well, then they're really tough. So I put Tyson on one of them and Bryce on the other because they're our 2 best defenders, and I thought they did a excellent job on those 2 and really made it hard on them all night.
Final thing here for you, Elliot Rotfold for Hillsboro Central Valley, fresh off a win here, 10 points over the Broncos. Moving forward, as you alluded to, a very tough schedule. Yep. You've been in every game. You found different ways to I'm sure, have teachable moments, good moments, bad moments, which is what you want this time of the year to challenge yourself. What was different, do you think, here tonight for 4 quarters of basketball that you found a way to get the W, and what do you hope to take from this game or the message to the team as you got Oak Grove and Northern Cass coming up next week on Thursday, Friday?
I think it was just trusting each other on the floor. I think they do for the most part. But sometimes when the game's not going well for you or you're losing close games, guys start to press a little bit and they start thinking, what can I do to help us win? And maybe they're trying to make a hero play or trying to make a great play and instead of just playing that team basketball. And I thought tonight, both defensively and offensively, they worked together as a team. And when they do that, we're going to be awful tough. Coming in tonight being 1-6, a lot of people are looking at us like, not much there. But we're a pretty darn good 2-6 team now, and we just want to keep on rolling. We got 2 big games next week in Oak Grove and Northern Cass. Then we get back into region play there for a little while with Carrington and Grafton on Monday and Tuesday. So big week for us with 4 games in a short period of time.
Hey, Elliot, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck moving forward, and enjoy the weekend.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
And again, Elliot Rotfold with us here, the head coach for the Burros. We'll continue with more after this in Lisbon.
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. As you see the Store Hog getting ready here, the girls' Store Hog will be tomorrow morning right here on yourliveevent.com at 11 o'clock in the morning begins our coverage. And then next weekend, Friday, Saturday, we'll have the boys' Store Hog here for you wrestling fans. So check that out. Tomorrow's schedule, Thompson at Central Cass in the afternoon, and also a doubleheader with Carrington at Northern Cass. Go to yourliveevent.com for more information. The Burros now 2-6 on the season, play next on Thursday against the Grovers at home. While for the Broncos, they dropped to 7-3. Up next, a doubleheader with the girls against Northern Cass here in Lisbon. HCV led by the 16 of Miller and Johnson. Lisbon led by the 10 of Cordero and the 10 of Kelson. I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend and join us for more sports here on yourliveevent.com.